everybody wants to be the first to go to the moon, the first to do this, the youngest. I didn't know I was making history. I didn't know all of those things that happened when I got the 10.
That was a wow. We knew that she can do perfect, but we never thought that she's gonna get a 10.
All people were ready, media prepared, public, that Nadia or somebody has to get 10. It was sensation.
Ladies and gentlemen, first time in the history of the sport, a perfect 10 at the Olympic Games. Wow! And that incredible moment, that was just something that we never thought in our life that's going to happen with us.
I guess that defined my entire, everything that happened from then to now.
Perhaps more than any other sport, gymnastics demands perfection across 4 disciplines: balance beam, asymmetric bars, vault and the floor. And no gymnast has achieved that perfection more than Romania's Nadia Comaneci.
People, when they say my name, they just associate it immediately with gymnastics and Romania. That's what made me be who I am.
In the 1976 Olympics, she became the first girl to score a perfect 10. She won 5 Olympic golds and is the only woman to have won 3 European Championships. Few have come close to matching her quest for sporting perfection.
You have to try to exclude everything that's going on. So the only way I could do that was to just focus, and that was not easy. You have to train that to be able to not see anything that's going on. Even if you do the same thing, and it looks the same to you, it doesn't feel the same to me inside. Because sometimes I do perfect directions on something and I have no wobble. And sometimes the skill is so bad that I have to correct it in the air. So I have to fight very much, but you don't know. I only know. So that's the difference.
Ambele brațe vin. Du-te lung înapoi, lung.
I was driven towards something that I wanted to be the best, and I didn't know exactly what that was. It happened to be gymnastics.
Nadia Comaneci was born in the small Romanian town of Onesti in 1961. A sporty, outgoing child, she found her calling early in life.
I grew up in the little place. It was a small city. When I was 5, 6 years old, my mom told me that I was destroying many things in the house, the furniture, because of the energy that I had. Gymnastics was a good place for me to just do whatever I wanted that my mom and my dad wouldn't let me do at home.
And there was no better place than Onesti to learn gymnastics. A new experimental gym for young children had been set up by primary school teacher Bela Karolyi.
These young kids are having a tremendous potential, tremendous ambition, and the willingness to improve very fast. And that generation paid off big time, they became the very first time ever in the history of the Romanian sport, Olympic champions in the sport of gymnastics.
As Bela searched the local schools for talent, one young girl immediately caught his eye.
Nadia, poftim la tablă.
One of the schools when I went into, I watched them on the recreation, playing out on the schoolyard. And I've seen a few kids doing cartwheels. Oh gosh, you know, those are the ones I'm looking for.
He asked us who wants to do gymnastics, and we said, a few of us said that me, and we showed him what we can do.
In one class, 2 little girls from the way back on the last row of the benches, we can do cartwheel. All right, let me see. Ooh, nicely, nice. Okay. And what's your name? I'm Nadia.
It was a time of great political upheaval in Romania. The Carolis were under pressure as their gym was financed by dictator Nicolae Ceausescu's government. Results were expected, but Bela revelled in that pressure, and the children responded to his disciplined coaching methods.
Bela was more like a visionary guy, so he liked it to see things and say, okay, let's do it this way. I loved it. I know it was hard work, but at the beginning you don't realize that. But after later in years, you understand how hard you have to work.
I think what we did with Bela that probably nobody else at the time knew, was the increased amount of conditioning and increased amount of hours. About 6 hours a day of gymnastics every day, but Thursday and Sunday. And but we never told anybody that we were training 6. We said that 3.5. When you're a kid, somebody's got to give you a direction. Sometimes you like it, some people like it, some don't. So I kind of like it. I like to be disciplined.
Under Bela's regime, Nadia quickly established herself as the leader and role model to the other young girls. Her individual potential was obvious. She made her professional debut in the Romanian National Championships in 1970, aged only 9. She finished an impressive 13th.
She wanted to be a winner. She wanted to be the best. She wanted to shine. And she did not consider anything else that one would keep her back. I want to be the winner. And that really gave her wings in front of most of the other girls, which were almost the same kind of potentially great young kids.
Under Bela's guidance, Nadia continued to flourish. She'd grown stronger and more powerful, and there was nothing that she did not want to learn. After several early wins in her career, Nadia's first real test would come in the 1975 European Championships in Skien, Norway.
By 75, she was ready. All exercises was ready, perfectly prepared and done. So it took her 4 years to look this good. And also psychologically, I think she was already ready to compete.
Nadia's meticulous preparation paid off. At a mere 13 years of age, she became the European all-round champion. In a sport dominated by the Soviet Union, her breakthrough raised eyebrows across Eastern Europe.
Nadia was fantastic, was a revelation. And then she was younger, much younger than anybody else. And everybody was, wow, look at this little kid, what she can do, you know, and she's better than the Russians.
She was almost perfect. And the way how she was performing surprised everybody at that time.
I did okay. I won. Yes, I said I did okay because I think I should have done better. That's what I felt. But I got no 10s. I got good scores, but no 10s.
Despite the growing collection of medals, the real test for Nadia still lay in wait. At 14, she would go to the 1976 Olympic Games in Montreal. And for the first time, she would come face to face with the pioneer of modern gymnastics, Olga Korbut. 4 years earlier, Korbut had taken the Games by storm in Munich. Graceful and emotive performances endeared the young Soviet to the German crowds. Although she lost out to her compatriot Ludmila Turisheva for the all-round title, Korbut had set a new standard for gymnasts the world over.
I see this girl, Olga Korbut, she was wonderful. I'm serious. When I did floor routine and when I finished, I knew the world is mine. Nobody can even talk to me, I didn't win. Hello, I'm the best.
Korbut and reigning champion Turisheva were the two favourites for the Olympics in '76. But the media attention focused on the clash between the Soviet Union's two queens and the young upstart from Romania.
the footage that they cut, they were me and Olga, so it was like a really tough competition.
You know, I'm more focusing on the team than Nadia. Who is Nadia? Most important for us was the winning team.
Nadia confirmed her status in the opening days of the competition. As she prepared for the asymmetric bars, she was about to change the face of women's gymnastics forever.
It was the compulsory routine. There was a routine that everybody had to do at that time.
Her body position, technique was correct.
I was hearing everybody saying, oh, oh, but it was not such a big deal because there was like A, B, C, D of gymnastics, but the way I was adding some special effects to the routine got me to that 10. I don't watch the scoreboard usually, and I went back to the bench and I was preparing and thinking about what I have to do on the beam. And then I heard a huge amount of noise, and I turn around, and that comes the scoreboard around with a 0.73, which was my competition number on my leotard, and a 1.00.
And I'm looking over there, and Nadia coming off of the floor, and I'm looking, coming on 1.00. I said, holy cow, they deducted something off of her. There is a deduction, there's a penalty. Ooh, so I'm going toward the jury. Well, halfway toward the jury came the announcement, and ladies and gentlemen, first time in the history of the sport, a perfect 10 at the Olympic Games. Wow!
I think who was before me got a 9.95, and there was no place to go. 10 was the highest score.
Nadia received 7 perfect 10s. At just 14, she'd made history. Gold medals on the beam and asymmetric bars were followed by her inevitable crowning as Olympic all-round champion, ahead of the Soviet Union's Nelly Kim.
I got then on a beam, and then the next day I got bars and beam again, and bars and beam again, and apparently one more. So all the 10s were on those 2 events that I was actually the best.
The quality of her overall performance to the routine was so mesmerizing and was so impressive for the people who were watching that, of course, created that type of admiration and so then, oh wow, what we are seeing here, it's unhuman, it's out of ordinary. 7 perfect 10s. So there was that isolated incident. There was a constant, strong performance on the edge of the perfection.